Uh, should be everything all set up. You hear me all right? Made sure to turn off speedrun mode so we actually get the cutscenes. Can you hear me all right? Um, no, it's as high as it goes. I turned down the rest of the volumes to kind of equal it out. Let's get right back to it then. The last we left off, we were in this area, yeah. We got one of those gold fragments, and that's kind of funny. I'm gonna have to warp out. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Um, let's see. So we went in, beat Spearman, did all this, and then I was gonna come back for some more of the secrets later. I'm not gonna do all the secrets the first time right through. Yeah, chat is gonna lag a little bit. Should be fine though. Alright, I forget. It's been a while. So the idea of this room is you gotta abuse the transition here to make the bullets go far enough to hit the button over there to give you time, because this platform doesn't come back. This is where the parkour gets really difficult because you have to juggle like four different things. Like staying aloft with your whatever it's called, grapple, parrying bullets out of the way, and just in general just avoiding things. Oh yeah, the purple. Purple is just a bounce pad. You can just bounce on it. But I think the parkour really starts getting interesting in this area because of its complexity that's ever increasing. Also, just a little FYI, I couldn't figure out how to make the chat overlay over the game on my screen. So I have like a second monitor with like the chat going on it, so even if the message goes through, then it may be a second before I actually see it. This room is notorious. I remember the first time I did this one, it took me like literal hours. There is a cheese for it, but I'm gonna try to not do that just for the sake of the video, I guess. Unless we're just built different and we get it. Aw. Well, you see, as I got better at the game, I wasn't always good at the game. You gotta understand. It takes time. We're so close. Needs to be some parry more. Yeah, but this is just so many inputs so quickly to do this without the cheese. And I could have done that, but I choked. And I'm not getting this one either. Because you have to preserve your dash for the very end there to actually make it. I see there now, I'm not going to make it. And you have to preserve your grapple meter the entire way. We will get it though. And I spent way too long on the hook there. It is possible though. Oh, hold. Yeah, that's about right. Are you kidding me? I just need like half a second longer. I choked again. Okay, this is it. I got it this time. Unless I choke again. It's always the ones above me on the way back. And that's it. There we go. Finally here. Oh yeah, that's how you do this one. I need to not do that. No way, I first try this room. Okay. I actually don't know the intended solution for this one, because I always just had a way that I did it that worked. That was too early. I need to catch it whenever it's like low. True. Okay, that's it. And I messed up at the end. I'm not sure if that'll actually work. That's kind of funny though. I don't know. Yeah, but this is what I call the difficulty cliff in Glyphs. Are you kidding me? You saw that, right? I was at Scam. Horrible game, 0 out of 10. True. I gotta do that. Thing is, trying to line up that second swing is difficult. Because if you go in too narrow like that, you can't get enough height. I wonder. Is that the intended way? That's probably intended way, actually. Oh, dang it. Not close at all. This jump's probably one of the more annoying ones in the game. But yeah, this area has probably the most difficult platforming out of the whole game. I'm not sure if this one's frame perfect or not. I don't think it is, but it is really tight. There we go. another room that I just kind of have my own way of doing it. That isn't intended, but it's fun. If I could not mess up there, that would be nice. There we go. Now my favorite area. After this one. Here we go. This is my favorite room. Can I please? Thank you. If there was some consistent way to do this jump. It's also the fastest way to just rack up resets if you really wanted to. Just because those two boxes are so close. And here we go. I don't know why I didn't make the big long fall sound effect. That was weird. Alright, well, let's go. This time we actually get to see the cutscenes because I remembered to turn off speedrun mode. Painter, that's funny. I wouldn't say that. That's not entirely accurate. Actually, that's not accurate in the first place. So yeah, so that cutscene just kills us right now because we don't have what we need to actually do that yet. What we need is more puzzles. Honestly, I kind of forgot about the requirement at first, but then as I was getting there, I was like, oh yeah, I do need to go grab the rest of these. So I guess we're just gonna speedrun a few puzzles. Yeah, but there are 15 of these silver shards hidden around the map, and you need all 15 to max out your health. First try. Yeah, that red button actually doesn't do anything in this room, but we need it for this other puzzle. And we just gotta go fast here. It's speedrunning puzzles. I mean, I guess not entirely speedrunning, like I'm not routing them or anything. I'm just going through them quickly. I heard the other ones are missing. Alright, there was this one I was gonna grab, but I didn't. Okay. So the unique thing about this puzzle is that it's entirely invisible. Now the first time I did this, I just brute forced it, but there is actually a solution. And it is just the mirror image of this room right here. I don't know why I dash attack there, I didn't need to do that. Cut up. Okay, I guess. Maybe not. Why not go ahead and grab this as well? I don't need it right now, but it'll be nice. Oh, I didn't expect to hit that. That was a pixel perfect trick that I was just trying for the heck of it. I didn't think I would actually get it. I think I tried to get this one too, but messed up. This is a no dash room. I still have my dash, but if I use it once, then it goes away, except for the bounce pad. Like, now I don't have a dash anymore. I also wasn't expecting to get that so quickly. Dang, plagued by success. Alright, just gonna aggro that guy. And thing is, the entire map is loaded at once. There's not a whole lot going in most of the map, but that means these enemies will follow you to the ends of the earth. And since like I can teleport, he's just gonna be here. Okay, I'm missing one. Oh, it's this one. Alright, so that's a room that's relevant to this one. So essentially, in this room, the colors are flashing different ones, and this room indicates the dash directions. So black starts the sequence, then it goes um, blue, red, orange, pink, teal. So it's and there we go, that's it. That should be all 15, yeah. Okay, so I'm at max health now. And I did pick up another token. I don't remember how many tokens I have, so we'll check. Not enough. I guess we can get this for the fun of it. I mean, I figured out on my own. I didn't get any kind of hint for that puzzle. It's definitely not the most obtuse of all the puzzles. There are definitely harder ones. Anyway. And now we should be able to do this. I guess that's fair. I mean, I didn't expect... You're not gonna solve it in like 4 seconds. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I can't exactly spend forever on each puzzle if I already know all the solutions. Kind of. There is lore implications, and it's not meant to make sense yet. This is where you kind of start trying to figure things out. It's been a minute since I've done this fight. Yeah, so right now he's completely invincible. I can't do anything to him. But if I watch his patterns, I gotta parry that red attack. It's been a minute. I used to have like all the patterns nailed down. Now he can actually be damaged. Theirs are still good because they stun him, and while he's stunned, he has lower defense. It's awful. Okay, I just missed that. What is this timing? Why am I being so bad? That was just unfortunate. Got too greedy. The wings are crazy. I remember it taking forever to learn these patterns because they're just so different. So that blue attack for this state specifically used to lag the game so much. It was actually bad. So yeah, you can parry that attack. I didn't expect to get a red slash so soon. I had that. Oh wait, that was it? Oh shoot. Glad I had more health. Well, I guess take two then. Alright. One of the hard things about practicing this boss is you just have to get used to swapping between his patterns. you kidding me? You couldn't even reach. And there we go. That star is always annoying. And so, one of the things about this fight, if you haven't noticed, is that my health is less than that yellow threshold I got from that gold shard. Then anytime I get a successful parry, I heal, but only up to that gold mark. So it really doesn't matter until I'm low health right now, but if I were to find more gold shards, it would be a lot more helpful. Yeah, this fight is really difficult without heals. But in order to get an optimal speed run, you can't really stop to get those gold shards, because they take so much longer. So you basically just have to practice it without golds. So yeah, that's another reason why getting the parries is very important even once you have broken the shield. The timing for that still. Finally hit that. And that's it. top 5 track. So during that one, you heal over time. So that's why I was trying to just dodge as much as I could. Yes, it was Spearman. But yeah, that's actually the scripted win. You can't lose in this phase. And that is it. Maybe. I actually don't know. I don't think the lore has any answers for that one. Yep, pretty much. Well, I guess that is up to your interpretation, because that is that ending. So that is the second of 3 main endings that you can get in this game. There is a third. We already went through the credits last time, so I'm gonna skip them. So the third ending is where we actually start getting into the meat of the lore. But before we do that, there is one area that I have been avoiding um, that is required, and it is right here, unless I miss. So this area is just like any other parkour area, except whenever you die, then you actually take damage. You don't just reset. So you have a very limited amount of mistakes to make in this area. It's not much damage, but it does put you on a limit, and if you die, then you reset back to the beginning. Yeah. This area is hard. Oh, that was a bug. Of course, that's not going to stop me from being reckless on all the parkour. It's probably top 4 hardest rooms in the game. This particular room. And it's just that maneuver right there. At least if you mess up, sometimes you can save it so you don't take damage. Yeah, the game does have a difficulty curve. Oh, come on, that was just bad RNG. Or bad cycles, I guess. It's not RNG. Oh, come on. Yeah, but this area is suitably referred to as the dark region. I bet you can guess why. Oh yeah. Would you keep going at it, or would you give up? I don't know what that was. I felt like I got janked to the left. And there we go. Oh, come on. There are extra platforms here just in case you do mess up. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I can understand that. So yeah, this guy doesn't take any damage from your sword. He is completely immune to it. But he does dash attacking, so you can't do this guy before you've done all the stuff to get a dash attack. And all, he doesn't do very much damage at all, so as long as you got through the region with decent health, he's a pushover. But he does have one of my favorite soundtracks. And he does actually manipulate the speed of the game. Sometimes he speeds it up, sometimes he slows it down. And that's something that's really cool about his fight. Oh yeah, and the other thing is, this is also lower relevant, but if you die to him, then the game crashes. So yeah. And here's the reward. Congratulations, we got nothing. But this room is actually very important, and there is something we need to do here later. Honestly, there should have been some kind of, whatever it's called, some kind of riddle in here to help you out with what you're supposed to do. But there are other things you need to do. Now, I am gonna go do a trick, just show off something. So if you remember this room and how I had to avoid setting another checkpoint in order to respawn in there, I'm gonna do the same thing with that checkpoint in the dark region, so I'm back up here and I can backtrack. unless I mess up like that. Oh yeah, no, you can, because the entire map is loaded at once, so my respawn point is still back in this region. So if I were to take damage from like the spike and reset, that's where my last spawn point was. But the reason why I wanted to come here is to show off my contribution to the game. And it is this hat, which I just picked up. It just inverts the colors. It's amazing. That's all it does. Sorry, I should have given a flashbang warning. I don't play with it on very often just because it gets like really annoying sometimes, but it is funny. Yeah, actually though, there are 3 major puzzles that you have to complete around the map. And the first one is over here. Because the 3 puzzles correspond to the 3 pedestals over here. And they are referred to as master puzzles. It was too slow. And I'm bad parkour. Wait, that wasn't even the way I'm supposed to be going. So this is the first of the master puzzles. And it's going to be really difficult to explain this on here. But the idea is each of the different glyphs in the game represent a different letter. And these glyphs are no different. They're a little bit different. But in order to answer that question, we got to go over here. And I went here the last time, and these jumps are actually possible. They're just really, really precise. And the resets are annoyingly long. But there is something over here that is a hint. And there's one more jump. And I missed. I feel like that jump's easier. I feel like it used to be harder. Yeah, but you can see it there. I just want to make it onto the platform. Funny thing is, with multiplayer, if you're playing on multiplayer with the mod, then you can have one person jump and pause in midair, and the others use you as a platform, and it's hilarious. So you can just cheese this area. I do wish there was some kind of checkpoint closer, but it's whatever. Oh, that would have made it. I'm half tempted to whip out the debug tools and just warp over there, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm reserving those for only multiplayer difficulties if needed, if anybody actually shows up to play multiplayer. That's it. Okay, I can at least pause there, just so I can say what I'm gonna say, because we can still see most of it. So, what does that look like? The image, because that is the hint. It's not a cat. It's a famous. So the glyphs are all words. They're just directly translated to English letter by letter, and the image represents the phrase the words say, and it's a very well known phrase. Yeah, it is very well known. Most people who are fluent in English might know this. No. Well, I mean, wait, what do you mean by that? Yep, it's the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. It has every single letter in the English alphabet. So that is the cipher, or as it is known, it's called the Rosetta Stone for this game. And you can use that to decode any of the glyphs in the game. Yes. So I'm not going to do that right now. We might do that later. But the important thing is, if you were to take your time with this, which you would probably be doing a normal playthrough, then you would notice that none of the glyphs here could. I didn't mean to do that. But if you go back to the map rune and try to decipher those with the Rosetta Stone, then you might find that none of the glyphs there appear on the Rosetta Stone. Like I could go take a screenshot of the Rosetta Stone and translate this, but the glyphs on here they don't appear on the Rosetta Stone, and that is for a special reason. Is because these glyphs they're not letters; they're all actually numbers. And there's a separate way you figure out what numbers they are. Like you can probably make pretty good guesses. Like all these two-digit ones start with the same glyph, so that glyph is probably one. Um, I'm not sure about that. I don't know what their background in that is, but you can probably guess like this. These ones are ones, and so this would be 11, and then these would all be like 12, 13, 14, 15, or something like that. And all these are single digit numbers. But there is another hint that we're missing, and it is over here. Just gotta do this thing again. Where's that lag? I'm getting lag spikes. Oh yeah, that's just a stalker. Don't worry about him. And I'm gonna die. You distracted me. I'm blaming that on you, not really. Yeah, don't worry about him. He's just a stalker. Remember we saw him at the collapse tunnel during the collapse sequence. He's the one that led us to this area to get the dash stack. I am playing horribly. Okay, I wasn't paying attention for a second. I was locked in. Who are you talking about? Jeffrey, Jerry, Steve, what? Yeah, I don't know who you're referring to. Yeah, but like other areas, if you look at the map, we get hidden purple over here. I know you're talking about Stalker, but who is Jeffrey or Jerry? Yeah, but we have hidden purple up here. So this is the other hint. And you'll also notice that who are you talking about? Oh, he looks like a Steve or a Jerry. No, his actual name is Stalker. That's kind of what it is. Yeah, but these are also all numbers, except these. These ones are not numbers, because this is the only place they appear in the entire game. And they're actually not unique to the game. I actually didn't know this for the longest time, but I got told recently that these are actually the symbols that are in hieroglyphics for addition and subtraction. So this one is a plus sign, and this one is a minus sign. And they just come straight from hieroglyphics. So all this is literally just math. And you can use that to figure out all the numbers. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire puzzle because it gets very, very in depth, and you have to do a lot of stuff. Like, I used a Google Doc to solve this puzzle. That's why it's called a master puzzle. It's not meant to be easy. So let's go back to the map. No, it absolutely is a game with levels. It is it is an onion. Just the idea behind the game is that it'll give back what you put into it. If you don't try very hard in this game and just wait for her to give you stuff, it's not going to give much in return. But if you keep on going in it, it's going to give you back increasing returns as you get further. The quality just goes up. So if you go through this, all these are numbered 1 through 15, and if you'll notice, each one of these is in the location of one of the silver shard puzzles on the map. And this is probably the most obtuse part of the puzzle to notice on your own. But do you notice this? If I were to go to like a different room, it'll be different. Say I go to this room, it's also slightly different. And that's because all of these are actually Morse code. It's all just Morse code. So you have to go and take all the dots and dashes and put them in order outlined by the map. Wherever it was. Where is it? Outlined by the map here. To get the hidden message. And when you get the hidden message, I'm trying to find an example. Why give me something? I'm like going through all the ones I don't need to show off. Yeah, so some of these will have like a vertical dash, and that dash indicates a break between words, because you can't really do that in normal Morse code. So I'm not going to go through and type out Morse code on here, because I have the solution written down. But that is how you would get to the solution. Yes, exactly. Let me just pull it up real fast. And then the message it gives you is just a dash sequence indicated by these dash sigils. And that was our first rune cube. And now it's here. So let's go get another one. So yeah, that was only one of three master puzzles. Yeah. So this is one that you actually have to decode the glyphs to get because these glyphs are a hint. And you can tell it's a master puzzle because of the pink here. The pink symbolizes stuff relating to third ending, which all the master puzzles are. So this is where we had found one of those smile tokens. So most people would just like mark this area off. Just pulling up my notes, trying to find my decoding of it. So yeah, that first one is definitely the hardest of all three. Do I not have it? That's where I had it. Apparently I don't have it. Well, give you the gist of it, and it's a riddle about it's a riddle about silence and how like no, it's the deaf. I think I remember it's the deaf hear more clearly than the seeing. I mean, no, it's the deaf see more clearly than the hearing, and it also has a dash glyph on the very end. And the solution to that, you actually have to go out of here, and you just turn off the volume. I loaded the wrong file, didn't I? Whoops, wrong file, wrong file. So I used to clicking file 2, that's my main file. Glad to hear it. Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna go and like finally show up to the stream and they're gonna think the audio's broken. And just gotta wait here for a second. Yeah, it is one of those kinds of puzzles. So those are once again dash directions. And if we go to the inputs for them, which yes, I have already decoded ahead of time. Unless I just, oh, I messed up the last input. There is puzzle 2. Now I'm gonna go get the audio back on. And we're gonna choose the correct file this time. Alright. Yeah, there is cube 2. There's one more to go. And yes, normally you would spend more time looking around the map for them, but again, I've already played this game, so I kind of know where things are. So this is kind of like a half playthrough, half walkthrough, I guess, if you want to think about it like that. And depending on your like screen brightness and like monitor settings, there are actually platforms here. They're just really hard to see. I don't know how visible they are for you. I personally can't see them. It is just like 3 up in a staircase. I know whenever I first played it, I could see them just fine, but it's like different with every monitor. And you might have to like adjust your settings to actually see them. Guess what? More number glyphs. And this room is bugged because sometimes those lights just like to all light up at once, which is very annoying. Gonna have to reload to fix that. I clicked the wrong file again. Yeah. I'm so used to clicking on that file. Alright. Well, it's all right. The platforms were becoming visible for a second. They're not anymore, but they were like flickering for a minute. I could see them. Let me just pull up my notes again, because this room I do have some stuff written down for. Hey, what's up? I'm just practicing wall jumps while I was here. I also got my notes pulled up. My cats are not with me at the moment. Anyway, so in this room, all these are number glyphs. I'll start with that. And they do change. You're not expected to be able to just decode them on the fly like that. Because this room is called the modulus room. And essentially all of these are different counters for different actions I've done. So like, whenever I do this, it increments that counter. Whenever I jump, it increments that counter. Whenever I dash, it increments that second counter. And these numbers on the left are numbers that we have to make these multiples of in order to light these. So if I jump repeatedly, eventually that light will come on, and you have to get all of the lights on. It's not that hard to program. So you're supposed to just kind of like try different things and see what you can do to light things up. If you're lucky, you might not even have to figure all of them out. But like the first row is jump, third row is slash, second row is dash, but since you have to jump in order to dash, then it's kind of like you got to time those together. The fourth row is actually just pressing any button, so we can just press this one, but it will be slow. The fifth row is killing enemies, so actually I have to leave the room to do that. So generally, like the upper rows, you just kind of wait on because the harder ones are at the bottom, and the top ones you can kind of take care of within the room. So we got the fifth one. The sixth one is successfully grappling. So we'll just go here and grapple. Another. And this puzzle is a lot of back and forth because you can't do it all from the room. No, still. There we go. And that seventh one is dash attack. And you kind of have to time it with that second row because the second row is also influenced by dashes. So now I just have a sword and jumps. So now they're all on, except trying to jump to get the button misaligns them. So we have to account for that. So we're just gonna sit here pressing this button to get it back wrapped around. And I could have made that timer a little bit shorter. And let's see. So how many jumps is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, it's every 10 jumps, so we gotta do 9. And the 10th one. There we go. That's all of them. And this is where the game gets interesting. That's not supposed to happen. Why did the glyphs not load in? What the heck? That is definitely a bug. I have never seen this before. All the text rendering just broke. Huh? Um, we're gonna try reloading. Yeah, no, I've never seen that before. Hopefully the run is not cooked. I wouldn't speak too soon. Okay, no, it is working. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. Never seen that. So yeah, that's what the cubes do. And that's also why I didn't want to translate everything. Well, one of the reasons why. So this is how you can get all the lore for the game. Because every one of those glyph murals hidden around the map all contain nuggets of lore and they tell a story. I might go through all of them later, but I don't know, do we want to go through and read through the glyphs? Or do we want to continue with the path? Is the glyphs like contain like the origin story and like a bunch of stuff leading up to this, but they're still not going to have the full story. Do we want to go and read all the glyphs, or do we want to go move on? They are a little bit like this just because it does make it harder to decode without clarity. So they are going to be like this, where it gets broken up in the middle of a sentence, but they're readable enough. Oh no, you're fine. Yeah. Wait, yeah, just little nuggets of lore around here. Yeah, totally. Yeah, but they all, a lot of these early ones don't tell a whole lot, but some of the later ones will have some pretty big implications. In time, all paths will show themselves. The blade fallen into the darkness will return to light. Oh yeah, I can go to that riddle from earlier now. The deaf hear more truly than the hearing, that's what it was. Oh yeah, that is something that takes getting used to. That is nice. Funny thing is, I had a whole decoding document with like all the glyphs around the map before I found clarity, so I was slightly pissed, but I got over it. Oh yeah, totally. I think that's all the ones in this area. Yeah, but it's talking about a civilization here, and this area starts to get into like the origins and the downfall. Yeah, but big dystopian world, dark being. Big dude who wanted big power, stopped the glyph stones, and a bat that took 50,000 hits to kill. And the wizard actually binded him, just put a stop to him. Yeah, I mean, in the end, it is up to you. I will say there are some glyphs that clarity does not affect, but they're very few and far between. Oh yeah, this actually does say something. This was also another hint as to the number glyphs. Oh yeah, no. There's a lot of stuff that the glyphs encode for you. It's almost like it's the name of the game. Are you kidding me? The stone bearers cannot overtake the eclipse. So essentially, there were different bearers of the different glyph stones that were to protect them and wield them. They were like keepers of sorts. I probably should have gotten a Sector 1 before Sector 2, but it's fine. You know what? I feel like doing a speedrun skip. I almost had that. I want to get this trick. Okay, you need to shut up. We're trying to read. Yeah, big war broke out. Acts of desperation. Actually, I don't think there's any glyphs until down here. Yeah, big dystopian world. Very few people left. And then we'll cover Sector 3 in a minute. We'll come to that whenever we actually would be there normally. Actually, there is glyphs over here. Yeah, so this area, the Tomb of Forbidden Knowledge, is all about trials. And that's what it's alluding to here. And this is the first big hint as what is going on. And you can tell it also has spaces in it. That sounds kind of dumb, but it's like one of the few glyph murals that actually have spaces. And usually that means it's important. So little note, Retribution is the name of that song at on the last phase of the Wraith fight. The guaranteed win one. Actually, I don't think there's cliffs until down here. I don't think there's glyphs over there. I don't think there's glyphs there. Yeah, I think that's all the glyphs in this area. So we'll go over here now. So this is referring to the parry attack because you get it shortly after this. Are there glyphs over here? I don't think so, no. So this is one of the things that are hinting at more endings than just the one that we just got and the wizard. This is your hint at the third ending. That there even is a third ending. It's not a big hint as to how to get it, but it's a hint at its existence. This is another, and it's referring to getting clarity. And then a couple more glyphs that I missed along the way. Um, there's the one over here. This is referring to this puzzle being on the path of clarity. And this is your hint as to like the importance of it, like what it's for. So like, well, you see clarity in this mural over here. You don't know what the heck clarity is, but when you see it and it's directly related to this puzzle over here, then that kind of like is your hint. And yes, this is called the altar of clarity. Oh yeah, it also did that, you know. But it's your hint as to like what it does before you actually get it. Because you can decode the glyphs when you. And this is referring to the spider dude's lore. Talking about his origins and what happened to him. And am I missing anything? I think that's it. But it is also kind of fun to go in here because you do actually get numbers, and it's kind of fun to see your stats. I don't know why that bug happens. We've told him about it, and he never was able to fix it. Yeah, but it makes it a lot more. It would be way too easy if you could see the numbers. So this is why that puzzle is required to get clarity. I think we're ready to move on. Yeah. So now that we have clarity, we can go back to here, and this is our hint. But now we have clarity. Yeah, we're gonna sit through this again. So no, those are some of the glyphs that are not translated. So it would look kind of weird. But those do translate things. Yeah, no, I love it. So yeah, those are clarity sigils as well. So something is going to be a little bit different in this fight. Now you can't really tell, but I am actually controlling Wraith. That is the point of this fight. The different abilities correspond to different colored attacks. And I have to hit him while his eyes are yellow with the red attack in order to stun him. There's a long cooldown for most of the moves, so it makes this fight really difficult. Yeah, no, I'm controlling it. The camera still follows your player, but I'm controlling the boss. It's actually a really hard fight just because you move so slow and you have so much lag in your moves. It's mostly just running away until he does the thing though. I don't know how he programmed the aim for the player though. It's interesting. It does get a little bit repetitive after a bit though. And you'll notice I don't go to phase 2. Just because logistics for that would be hard. For now, I do have special attacks, they're just kind of bad for this. Because the only thing that affects him is the red slash whenever whenever he has the yellow eyes. And he just instantly parries anything else. And then the big horizontal dash is the highest damaging move, so I use it to follow up. Yeah, that was from the gold shard. That's the healing area thing. So now we have a fancy new button that all my other files already had, but now we're at that point here. And it brings it to this screen. Oh yeah. Yeah, we are still Wraith. We're no longer the normal player. Thing is, you play as Wraith the entire time. He's just sealed inside of the normal player character. And Clarity lets you keep control over him when you get separated. Oh yeah, welcome to the Outer Void. So yeah, that's John. So yeah, if he ever touches me, then the game crashes. Like that. So there is something that can help with this. Oh yeah, it absolutely is. That's kind of the point. Yeah. So there is something that will help a lot that we can go grab. Might refund that. Now this is what's gonna help us. I'll just go ahead and grab that too. Just why not? So the blue thing was the shroud. And the shroud basically gives us an extra life. Now I just refunded all my purchases there. You know, I refunded all my items for coins, so I can buy different ones. You can like customize your loadout like that. So I don't know if you saw, but there was like that big altar in the middle. with 7 lights above it, and there are 7 different orbs, like this one, that we have to collect. And every time we collect one, it alerts him to our position, so we just gotta keep moving. Yeah, the red eye is whenever he knows where you live. Oh yeah, so the other thing here is, there's a couple other unique properties, and that pausing does nothing. So I could just like play with the pause screen up. Well, I guess I can't dash like that. That's annoying. It's supposed to give you like the vibe that you're not supposed to be here. It's like a whole uncanny vibe, like you're between worlds. Oh, come on. That's unlucky. Don't come this way, please. No. Gosh dang it. No. Hey, I'm dead. Yep. There was another thing I was gonna say, but I kind of got preoccupied. Yeah, but oh yeah, there is also no map. You have to either make your own map or memorize the layout. It's because he hit me. The blue was me using my shroud for my second life, and it stuns him. Yeah, so this is one of the big reasons why I never submitted a true ending percent speedrun. It's just because this area is a long segment, and if you mess up, then you restart and you can lose up 10 minutes. What item? Oh yeah, the shroud, yeah. That's what it does. It is very useful for this area. So I have my own kind of like route for the orbs optimized to make it the most consistent. That's not good. He is really fun to juke though, I'll say that. You'll notice I'm taking a lot of hits, that's just because each orb refills your HP. I know he's somewhere over to the left of me, so that's why I was waiting, I didn't want to run out there. Oh, come on. Not now. Are you kidding me? It's fine, I can do this all day. I almost never hit that drop. Yeah, so he can't see through walls, so you gotta use that to your advantage everywhere you can. That's not good. Wait, that should be all of them. I don't know how we didn't get hit there. Uh, that's broken. Okay, that was weird, but I've never seen that before. What is up with this? Oh, is he even chasing me? Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, that's what was supposed to happen. I don't know why it bugged out like that. Oh, forgot the door. That's not good. It's fine. We still got it. Not even close. So yeah, that's Act 1, 3. This is easily one of the best parts of the game, though, in terms of quality, though. So yeah, now we're in Act 2. And we can actually go back here and say hi to John still. There is an invisible wall, though. We can't go back. So essentially, the idea with John is he is a sort of gatekeeper of this realm, and I guess he's supposed to sort of like weed out unworthy people from entering this place, like a cosmic deity. So since we passed his trial, now he's granted us access, so he didn't keep chasing us. Yeah, this is different than the first fight. It's a much stronger variant of runic construct. Yep, it is the first boss. Oh, let's go. Oh, never mind. I thought I got the thing. Why is my parry not parrying? So you could probably guess what's happening now. Yeah, this is a boss rush. What's the matter? Yeah, this is way harder than normal serpent. I didn't even pop my shroud, I'm surprised. Dang, still no shroud? Oh yeah, we actually get to see this boss's name now. I think it's pretty fitting. Perfect to parry that. So I didn't see any effect. Had to be. Still isn't that difficult of a boss, even in this. Spearman is actually easier in this because you can parry him. And I'm just apparently built different at the parries. Hold. Perfect cycle. Nah, I missed one. Missed it. close. Apparently I can't parry while facing left. What? Where was the parry there? Oh, what? Come on, I had that. Oh yeah, there's the lower drop right there. I literally don't know if he changed anything in this boss other than the colors. I really wish he did more with this boss. I love this boss so much. I see the paragraph and I can't focus to read it right now. There we go. Okay, what was that? Oh yeah. No, I agree. Spearman has a lot of lore surrounding him. It's the pillar of YouTube chat. Oh yeah, big moment. But yeah, this is right before the finale. But what if I didn't? What if we went this way instead? And this is where there's a lot of juicy lore. And this was actually one of the more recent additions because it explains a lot of the lore that was previously left unexplained. They're almost like journal entries of some sort, and they're dated, but not in like normal ways of dates. Like those numbers are dates of sorts. Oh yeah, the vessel. That's what the white player character is called. That's his name, the vessel. We are playing as the Wraith right now. And you can see like all kinds of relations all over the world of all kinds of cosmic deities who have shaped it. I don't know if I mentioned the significance of 112 before, but it's a very significant number to this game. All it is just a little bit of lore, but it is like a really big nugget of lore. So yeah, stars also have significance, especially this cutscene here. Huh? I think that was my sister, not a cat. I'm gonna take a bit to get this timing back. There goes my shroud. Yep, there's one death. So, the thing happening here is he's actually invincible right now. And each parry and hit adds to his poise meter, that red bar above his health. And you gotta extend that poise meter all the way to the edges until he's vulnerable. The thing is, it will deplete over time if you don't engage. That's why you don't just run away from his attacks. Dang it. Well, no, the red bar resets because now he's vulnerable. Though if I build it back up, then he gets weaker. I'm gonna give it one more try before I go back for more upgrades, because this is definitely not an ideal loadout for this fight. Yeah, the thing is, if I ever miss a parry, then my parry goes on cooldown. So you have to hit every single parry, otherwise you risk taking damage. Alright, yeah, let's go get some upgrades. It's almost impossible to beat the boss without the parry upgrade, just because the cooldown penalty is really brutal. I mean, if you just hit your parry, so it doesn't matter. let's refund that. We gotta get this. And then our main office is gonna be the dash tack. I really want this. I can go grab one more smile coin. I don't know, just the one I'm gonna grab. Oh, are you kidding me? I die. This is the fun room. It's not actually called that, I just made it up on the spot, but it is very fun. The story is, the developer just got bored. That's the canon answer to this room. That is all the why to it. Pretty much anything in the game is in this room. Even things that only like appear once or twice. Oh, it went dark. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I might have hit my hotkey to stop showing my screen. One sec. Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay, there's like a delay until I can see if it works, so I hit the other button. So that's why it went away. Okay, we good? Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I was trying to get. Why are none of them lit? I swear, why are there bugs today? It should be lighting up anytime I hit these buttons. Maybe it is working, and it's just not showing. I'm just gonna hit all of them and see if it works. If not, we can go get a different one. God, that was close. I had that. I think that should be everything. If I could just get over there without dying. Okay, yeah. There we go. Yeah, but that's the fun room. Oh yeah, the thing about that one, I don't know if you're wearing headphones or not, but the audio will jump like back and forth between your different ears, and it's just uh, the normal puzzle soundtrack played on like 3 times speed. And it just like jumps back and forth between your ears the whole time. It's hilarious. We grabbed another gold shard. Whatever, we can just go with this. So there's a little speedrun tech with this guy. For the boss fight, trigger doesn't trigger until you hear that little whatever it's called motif, and now it'll trigger. But if you tap out and then back in, then that trigger immediately activates. So what you can do is just tap like the Windows key twice, and then it'll just start the fight. Okay. Probably shouldn't have started phase 2 like that with such low health. We're fine though. Yeah, I need more gold shards. I can't do this with just one gold shard. Oh yeah, it is. I mean, it's the finale, it's gotta be. I fell a little bit too low. This is the flower puzzle. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I probably have to wrap up soon, and I want to beat Wraith Prime. So, I'll just give the gist of it. These vines, if overlain with the main map, kind of show you special route to go. Unlike these more green ones. And if you follow that route, you'll start noticing some differences. If you veer off of the route, then it sends you back to the start. And map is also disabled during this, so you can't just warp to the end. I almost did the speedrun skip. Dang it. Oh, hi. We're just grabbing some upgrades before we go to the finale. Well, I tried a few times at the finale, but I was underprepared. Yes, who else would it be? Oh yeah. And that's it. And as a bonus for that puzzle, we also get another hat. Oh, that's nice. Thanks for showing up. Well, now I'm all prepared for a finale. I got my top hat, so we're good. Well, we activated a switch that made the puzzle complete. It summoned the gold shard at the end, which is what we were after. I just kind of sped through it. Yeah, funny hat. It was a bonus. Funny hat doesn't do anything but be funny. Alright, I think we got it this time. True. Thanks. Queen phase 1. Well, mostly. I'm dead. Oh yeah, no, the songs are great. Probably one of the best parts of this game. I got a little bit distracted there for a second. Oh, perfect. It's so hard to hit every single parry on that move. I've only done it like a small handful of times. Yes, that's exactly what I did. Oh, it's a giant meteor, not the sun, but yeah. Maybe. Maybe Gigi. That's it. True, true, true. Yeah, that's it. So something interesting I didn't point out before was these little stars below this actually represent the different endings you have gotten on said file. So I have like all the endings on this file and almost all of them on this one. We have the three main ones here. Um, there is a little bit more content I wanted to cover, but I don't think it's long enough to do on its own thing. So we can go ahead and do that real fast. There's like one post-game area. Not post-game, it's available. Actually, no, that's gonna take a while, and I don't have that time. Yeah, I think it's probably best to wrap things up here. I guess we could do like a mini stream to hit those last things, like a little cleanup. Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. We are gonna wrap up here.